Living and non-living things. Introduction. There are so many things that we come across every day. From morning to night, we touch, feel, see numerous things. We meet our friends, we play with our pets, decorate flowers, play in the park, and so on. Are all these things similar? What is common between them, and what differentiates one from the other? Well, the fact is that all things around us can be divided into two categories, that is living and non-living things. What are living and non-living things? Things around us are divided into two categories. Living things. Things that have life in them are called living things. Only the plants and animals are living things. Non-living things. Things which do not have life are called non-living things. Similar features. All living and non-living things are made up of matter, that is, they both occupy space and have weight. All living and non-living things are made up of smaller units called cells, and non-living things are made up of smaller units called molecules. Characteristics of living things. Living things have some basic characteristics on the basis of which they are differentiated from non-living things. Living things are made up of cells. Living things are made up of very small or tiny units called cells. The simplest organisms like amoeba and euglena are made up of only one cell. So, they are called unicellular. They are so small that they cannot be seen with the naked eyes. We can see them only with the help of a microscope. But most of the organisms are made up of many cells. Hence, they are called multicellular. Living things can grow. Growth is an increase in size by addition of new cells. All living things can grow. Living things grow, but non-living things do not. Living things grow in size. A baby grows into an adult. A seed grows into a seedling, which further grows into a tree. Non-living things do not grow. Observe the increase in the height of mango tree in your garden. Also observe the change in your father's height. The tree goes on increasing, but your father's height does not increase. Hence, plants grow throughout their life. But humans and animals stop growing after reaching a certain age. Living things show movement. The change in the position of any body part is called movement, and the movement of an organism from one place to another is called locomotion. Plants show movement only, whereas animals show locomotion as well as movement of body parts. Any change in the environment of an organism is called a stimulus, whereas the reaction that is shown by the organism to the stimulus is called the response. The movement of some parts of the plant, leaves, roots, in response to factors such as light and gravity, is said to be tropism. Movement of parts of plants towards or away from the source of light is called phototropism. The shoot of the plant generally shows phototropism. Movement of parts of plant in response to gravity is geotropism. The root of the plants show geotropism. Living things respire to get energy. On breathing, we take in oxygen. The oxygen present in the air is utilized by the process of respiration. During respiration, food is burnt to release energy. Both plants and animals respire all the time. Different organisms have different organs for breathing. Most of the animals and human beings breathe through the nose. Fish breathe through the gills. Cockroaches breathe through spiracles, which are tiny air holes present on their body. Plants breathe through tiny pores present on the surface of leaves called stomata. Living things excrete. All living things throw away the waste substances from their body. This process is called excretion. Animals excrete in the form of urine, sweat, exhaled air. Plants excrete in the form of water vapor, gum, resin, latex, and carbon dioxide through stomata, which is present in their leaves and stem. Living things have a definite lifespan. Living things live for a definite period of time. This is called their lifespan. But the organisms should continue to live on Earth. To do so, all living things give birth to their young ones. They may be in the form of eggs or babies or seeds. This process of giving birth to the young ones is called reproduction, which means to produce one of the same kind. The average lifespan of some of the organisms is given here. Average lifespan of some organisms. Organism lifespan. Bacteria 20 to 30 minutes. Mosquitoes 20 to 30 days. Housefly 1 to 4 months. Mouse 2 to 3 years. Dog 15 to 20 years. Spider 20 years. Horse and lion 20 to 25 years. Man 80 to 100 years. Elephant 70 to 90 years. Tortoise 120 to 190 years. Seasonal plants like herbs 2 to 3 months. Shrubs or trees many years. Living things need food and energy. All living organisms need food to remain alive and get energy for carrying out various life activities. You must have seen animals eating food. What about plants? Plants also make their food using water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight. The process of preparing food by green plants is called photosynthesis. Green plants can make their food and hence they are called autotrophs. They provide food and energy to all animals on the earth. All animals and non-green plants like mushroom and many others cannot make their food. They eat plants or other animals to obtain energy. They are called heterotrophs. Comparison between living and non-living things. Living things, non-living things. They are made up of cells. They are made up of molecules. They can grow. They do not grow. They can show movement. They do not move. They respire. They do not respire. They excrete. They do not excrete. They have a definite lifespan. They do not have a definite lifespan. They need food and energy. They do not need food and energy. They reproduce. They do not reproduce. They respond to stimuli. They do not respond to stimuli.